This is Jerry Wonda. It's all about MX, baby. I take over the whole mic. Yo, you know when I'm about to introduce a certain person and a business. I don't want to get mad. Yo, tell him.
I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Jerry, why do you respect him?
See, he knows not only a publisher, but he knows music. He knows what the #1 record, what is the #1 song. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the artist. This man was hear a record, a demo, and say this is gonna be #1.
You've seen it with your own eyes?
1 out of 20. 1 out of 100.
You've seen it.
He just picked it. You play 10 records. He said that one, that's it, and that's it.
And it's always it.
Always it.
Out the park.
Respect, yo.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, this is why we matching with the tie. You feel me?
Absolutely.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll, man.
Wait, how do you feel to be honored and be respected by so many great singers and songwriters and producers?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you how I feel about this guy.
Tell me how you feel about
His
Jerry.
passion is unbelievable. It's the same every time.
Attack!
It's not like this. It's not only when he has a hit or whatever the case may be. His passion is like this all the time, and it's why songwriters love working with him. And it's why he deserves everything he's gotten in his life.
What do you think has been the genius behind Jerry's success? And Arden.
You know, I mean, it's just the passion, man. He's the same way all the time. You know what I mean? I always tell people, like, you got to go at this thing hard all the time because there's no schedule on hits. They come when they come. You know what I mean? And the only thing only thing I can guarantee is if you do nothing, nothing will happen. And that won't happen to this guy because this guy works his ass off.
We got to.
You guys are either in the studio or listening to music almost 24 hours a day. How do you know when you have a hit song?
Man, let me tell you something, man. It explains itself, man. You don't have to, once you get into like, oh, this is what the verse means and this is what that means, you know the difference between a good song and a great song? The great one don't need any explanation. It explains itself. You know?
Now we can't talk about songwriting and producing without the keys. Now, how important is the keys and playing instruments and producing songs?
Well, keys is just the melodic tone. It just adds the little spicing on it. It's like, well, I would say though, a good track always have to have the bass and the drum. The bass and the drum drives the track. When you add the keys, just add the little embellishments and makes it pretty, makes the beautifulness of it, makes it comes out, and just sparks it, and marries it with the melody.
Wow.
That to me, that's what it is.
Now, very important question. You two musical geniuses, I co-sign and say that. When you have someone who plays as well as you do, and you're crazy on the bass, crazy on the guitar, like, how do you like manage not clashing and saying, wait, Jerry, I don't like that melody you're doing up top. I don't like that bottom you're doing. How do you manage like merging the two together?
I'll tell you right now, you see how we stand it up? I could go like this. Room, leave it open. Leave it open.
Yeah.
Stop, the best song is when it's not too busy.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's the key. Great melody, great lyrics, music, not too crazy. Leave room. And I can't wait. Next year's gonna be 20 years of the Fugees, my band. Yo, I can't wait for that. My God, 20 years. Yeah. So we still doing what we're doing right now. Shout out to the Fugees. You know what it is. Let's
Laryn
get the
Hill, Wyclef,
let's get
everybody.
Now,
Now, let's be clear. Now, everybody, you wrote Thank You. You wrote songs with Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, like, you name it. Now, let's go back to the Fugees.
Yeah.
That's Lauryn Hill, a genius. Wyclef, a genius. Pras, a genius.
Yes,
you were engineering that score album in your basement. Am I wrong?
Man, I tell you, a lot of people think I was the engineer because I went to school. I built a studio. I don't know what the hell. But at the end of the day, I was cooking the beats.
You were making
and the bass line, all them bass line. one of the record that we have actually, I can afford. I had a fretless bass with 3 strings.
Wow.
Yo, one of the records, like, yo,
Wow.
we wasn't playing.
Wow.
Like, it was music, and we wasn't thinking too hard.
Yeah.
That's what I love with that album. Everybody, shout out to my man John Forte too. You know, the Outsiders.
Forte, can't
yeah,
forget
all
John.
of them. Yeah, you know, everybody. You feel?
Now, the reason your sound, even Thank You, a lot of the other songs, the reason your sound, when you're on the bass or when you're playing certain guitar melodies, sounds different from the other stuff we hear is because of your connection to your Haitian roots?
Well, my thing is you're always gonna feel the energy of different culture. Because I went to school, played bass, guitars, and everything, but I play with different bands. Because I'm a musician, I'm a bass player.
Yeah.
I go play with a merengue band. I go play with a salsa band. I play with a reggae band. And I play with a soca band. Then I play with a compa. Then I go play top 40 music.
Top 40.
Yo,
Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Yo, attack. Let's go. You feel me? Yo, I'm in. You feel me? I got 100 jobs.
Yeah, man, you don't stop.
I need one more.
Now, what makes you want, like, a lot of, I know a lot of artists in the industry say, I want to get with Wonda Music Group and make some big records. What makes you say, we want to get behind this artist and help bring some light to the music that they're creating?
Passion. They got to be just as passionate.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
You bring it. You got to be open. You got to, yeah.
Open, what do you say, what do you mean by open?
If you come in the studio with us, you got to be able to try things. I got writers that come in the studio, artists, and I always say, you know what? Let's just write today. Don't write for you. Let's write for somebody else. Usually, that's how we get the best records. And they're like, oh no, let's keep that. No, that's for me. Oh no. But a lot of time, when you work with certain artists, a writer song for them, they think so much.
Yeah.
But when they're writing for other people, they're like, okay,
let go, right?
Let go, get loose. So that's one of the magic that we do, you know, at the studio. I feel like if we're in the studio, the whole team, you gotta try different things. Be open, man. It's like food. We eat Chinese food. We eat some Jamaican food, some African fish.
Nigerian.
Hey, you know what it is? P-Square, let's go. Attack.
Now you're also entrepreneurs. You have Wonda Music Group. A few years ago, you used to release those YouTube videos like every other month, but now it seems like you're keeping it in a cave.
Well, you know what I'm doing right now? I don't just drop the content just to drop it. I'm ready right now to monetize the content. I'm looking for the right company to drop, because I was just dropping them on YouTube. I don't get nothing out of them. Now I got so much content, so I want to meet with a couple companies and say, yo, this is what I got. Because at the end of the day, I have a house, we create content, nothing but content every day. Video content, we're in the studio. People love things like that, so I'm ready to give it to them, but I don't want to just throw it out there. So, you know, we're working on that.
Can you give us like 3, 4, like at least acoustic sessions this year, please?
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, you know what? I just start something called Wonda Sessions.
When is that?
Wonda Sessions. About to stop, baby.
Please.
Yo, tune in.
You hear it first. That's why we're exclusives. This is Terry here with MusicXclusivesTV and Wonda Music Group. Say your name, because everybody dances to your melodies.
Arden, Keyz, Altino. That's me.
Let's do it. Peace.